welcome to you. Many thanks for finding time to be with us on the program this week. Do not forget to remain your source for all the latest happenings in the world of business. My name is Lucy Lube. You are welcome. On our lineup this week, first we join Faith and our guest, Mr. Tokwe Smart, the Vice President of the African Insurance Organization, AIO, on the CEO rendezvous for the concluding part of the exclusive session where they examine how the AIO is navigating uncertainties in the midst of a global pandemic that has crippled the activities of the organization. Speaking during the interview on some of the lessons learned by insurers on the continent from the global pandemic, Mr. Smart said that all operators in the insurance ecosystem must embrace the use of technology to remain relevant. Take a listen.
All operators must embrace technology. That is the way to go. There is no two way about it, except you want to die. If you want to die, if you want to remain relevant, you want to remain relevant to your clients, to all your stakeholders, then technology digitalization is the way to go.
We will also bring you highlights from the annual National Insurance Commission NAICOM seminar for insurance journalists that took place here in Lagos at the Oriental Hotel. The seminar with the theme National Insurance Commission Corporate Strategic Plan 2021 to 2023, Goals, Objectives and Key Deliverables was well attended by insurance journalists from Abuja and Lagos. Speaking at the seminar, the Commissioner for Insurance, Mr. O.S. Thomas, said that operators and regulators must be on the same page to raise insurance awareness in the country. Please take a listen.
We want to encourage our operators to increase their budgets in publicity. We are too far behind. Not much of insurance is known. The regulator will do his bit, but I can tell you that the operators must cooperate with us for all of us to be on the same page.
Plus, of course, all the other extras will bring you each week. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the lineup. Details in just a moment. Please stay with us.
What takes your anxiety away?
Access to medical care without financial constraint.
Assurance of a cover for my car and I.
Keeping my family protected despite my low income.
Knowing that my goods are secured while in transit.
Not having to worry about the pain and the bills at the same time.
Having my investment secured.
No matter what safety means to you, we provide you with a covering to keep you and all that matters to you safe.
Consolidated Hallmark Insurance PLC. Anxiety away. Value assured.
So, sir, about another issue, apart from the pandemic, for people who are coming, as you said, the AIO attracts people from even Far East. Sometimes they attend the AIO conference. Apart from just the pandemic, Nigeria hosting, you also find that there are a lot of news about insecurity that is pushed out there. Yeah. So, what, considering that, what is the leadership of the AIO also doing to ensure that people are not unnecessarily agitated that, oh, I don't want to go to Nigeria because of the news of insecurity and all of that?
Well, you are right. You are right. But one of the things we are doing is that we are looking at this conference as providing us an incredible opportunity, to showcase the all the good things about Nigeria, good offerings, and talk about weather, talk about our generosity, our diversity, our people. We are good. We are Nigerians are good people. Good people. All over the place, anywhere, they are good people. And we are quite very hospitable too. We are very friendly. We are very friendly, and we have a very rich culture, rich history, and all of that. So, fine. We have a kind of challenge in the area of security, which I believe that the government is addressing seriously. But we want to take off the mind of people to the positive side. That in Nigeria, it's a very good investment environment. It's one of the best investment destinations we can talk about anywhere in the world, and all other good factors. People will look at that and then relegate the issue of security issue to the background. But notwithstanding that, we believe that the government is working very hard, to be able to arrest the situation.
Okay, sir. So I know we touched on it a little bit in the course of this interview, but I just want to ask you, the African Insurance Organization itself, what lesson would you say the leadership has learned from the COVID-19 pandemic, especially as it relates to the deployment of technology in the day-to-day running of its operations?
Well, one of the major lessons is, for one, operators are going to sit down to re-strategize in order to prevent any kind of shock that may occur in the future, in view of what companies face, like I said, during the period of lockdown. So they're going to re-strategize. So they're going to look at it holistically, and possibly envisage some unpleasant situations that will occur in the future, and then try to prevent and put in strategies to address such issues. That's one. I've already spoken about the use of technology. It's a big lesson that all operators must embrace technology. That is the way to go. There is no two way about it, except you want to die. If you want to die, if you want to remain relevant, you want to remain relevant to your clients, to all your stakeholders, then technology digitalization is the way to go. So that's another one. Also, one of the issues about insurance in Africa is the issue of low level of awareness. Surprisingly, during the period of the pandemic, during the lockdown, this issue actually came to the fore. So you understand that the awareness level actually rose. So, of course, that led to increase in demand, and of course, that will equally lead to a higher level of penetration. The level of penetration now in Africa, as at 2019, for instance, it stood at 2.8%. 2.8%. So we are going to see a higher figure because people now are quite aware of the benefits of insurance. Operators now, one of the things we are trying to do at the AI level is to take advantage of that and then make sure we increase the level of awareness. That will lead to increase in demand for insurance products, and that will further lead to increase in penetration level for Africa.
Okay, sir. When it's good again you brought the issue of penetration, would you say that insurance operators on the continent have actually done enough when it comes to the issue of creating awareness about the benefits of insurance? Because I asked that question because you find on the continent, West Africa, South Africa, East Africa, oftentimes when people gather and come around, one of the issues that comes around is the low penetration of insurance on the continent. So would you say you guys have done enough?
Well, I would say it is work in progress.
Okay.
Anytime we have the opportunity, we talk about it. And then as a body, AIO, as a body too, is trying to put in a kind of system that will enable everyone, to embrace insurance. Like you said, in Africa, penetration level is very low, but we are working hard. We are trying, to change this narrative to make sure that everybody, that level of awareness, is increased, and then people will embrace insurance, and then people will be able to demand, there will be a higher demand for insurance products, and then of course that will lead to an increase in the penetration level.
Okay, sir. Good thing, as I said, the AIO, they have the ears of government on the continent. So is there a way that governments in Africa can also help when it comes to deepening insurance penetration? Because data has shown that insurance remains the only viable vehicle that can take people out of poverty. So is there a way the AIO can actually, as the executive, sell that to governments on the continent when it comes to looking for ways to increase insurance penetration or create the needed awareness when it comes to insurance services?
Okay, as a body in Africa, we've discussed this particular issue, and for us to really, collaborate with the various governments across Africa, and then to be able to seek their support. And one of the ways they can help us is the enforcement of compulsory insurances. Human beings generally don't like to leave their comfort zone. Even in the UK, in the US, everywhere, nobody will probably want to go out of his way to buy some insurance product apart from the compulsory ones. So, but because it is compulsory and there is enforcement, so you have no choice than to buy these products, whether you like it or not. So, but that is lacking in most African countries, and that is the area where we are actually, working with government, not only government. We are trying to equally work with the legislators, across countries, to be able to see reason with us. So, if they can assist and support us by enforcing some of these products, you discover that insurance penetration will be increased significantly.
Okay, finally, sir, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
Yes.
Okay, so what would you say this is the biggest challenge that Africa face, insurers face on the continent? Would you say this number 10, number 9?
Well, we have quite a number of them, and I just mentioned one of them, the awareness level, which is quite low. That is a challenge. Poverty is high. You can only talk to somebody who has eaten to come and buy insurance. If you put money in somebody's pocket, the first thing you would think of is how to eat, to feed his family and all of that, before we talk about insurance. Unemployment level is high. That's equally a factor why insurance penetration is low in Africa, and that is one of the challenges we are facing in Africa. That's one of the issues we are trying to address, at the global body. And then you equally want to talk about illiteracy. Illiteracy is high. If you ask people, insurance, you ask you, what do you mean by insurance? What are you talking about? Somebody who is not even knowledgeable about anything. So if you talk about insurance, you will talk about, please don't disturb me, I don't even understand what you are talking about. So illiteracy too is an issue. It's an issue too, which you can say is a challenge also. Also, culture. We have some people, because of the culture they don't believe that you should buy insurance. They believe that whatever will happen, and God, who has made it to happen, will provide an alternative. So we have quite a number of all of such issues, and they are really big challenges. But we talk about education, insurance education. So that is the area where we really need a lot to do. Insurance education. At any time we have any opportunity whatsoever, to be able to educate people about the benefits. Like I said, during the period of the lockdowns, all over the place, the level of awareness, about insurance grew because of the benefits. And I think that's
because I also recall that the president of Nigeria even gave a speech, and the first thing he talked about was
that was the first time.
Insurance.
Yeah,
yes, that was the first time.
That was the first time that that the insurance will be recognized by the #1 person in Nigeria in the history of insurance in Nigeria. That will be the first person, that will be the first time. So we are trying to, increase this level and educate people about the benefits of insurance, so that at least will be able to change the narrative about insurance practice in Africa.
All right, welcome back. Moving on, we now bring you highlights from the 2021 NAICOM Seminar for Insurance Journalists in Lagos. The high point of the annual gathering of insurance journalists and the management team of the Commission is the open forum, which is usually a no-holds-barred. This year was no exception. Happy viewing.
The National Insurance Commission, NAICOM, recently put together its 2021 annual seminar for insurance journalists at the Oriental Hotel, Lekki, Lagos. The objective of the annual seminar for journalists is to keep them abreast of the policy direction of the Commission for better reportage of the insurance sector. The seminar, which started with a welcome dinner, had top management team of the Commission in attendance, as well as insurance journalists from Abuja and Lagos. The seminar with the theme National Insurance Commission Corporate Strategic Plan 2021 to 2023, Goals, Objectives, and Key Deliverables. Welcoming participants to the seminar, the Commissioner for Insurance, Mr. O.S. Summers, said that the Commission is working to get about 100 actuarial analysts to stand in the gap before they will get certified actuaries.
We believe that if we're able to properly take care of the supply side, the demand aspect of it is there for us to pick and choose. We are conscious of the fact that the insurance sector is a knowledge-based sector, and therefore human capacity to drive this initiative is critical. Only last week, for what has been on the drawing board for years, I'm talking of development in the actuarial profession, the first set of those who will write the actuarial exam to qualify as certified actuarial analysts. The exam was held last week, and I was made to understand that in the next 6 weeks or thereabout, they will hear the result. We have made a pledge to see the possibility of having about 100 of them in the next 4 years. It's a target. Let's see how far we can go. Now we believe that we need actuarial analysts to stand in the gap pending the time that we will have sufficient number of actuaries.
The first paper of the seminar focused on the corporate strategy of the Commission 2021 to 2023. Speaker was Mr. Usman Ibrahim Jankara, Head, Strategy and Special Duties, NAICOM, while the second paper focused on the NAICOM's digital transformation, progress so far. Speaker was Mr. Abiodun Aripike, Head, IT, NAICOM. According to him, the NAICOM portal now captures all policies issued in the country today.
The insurance policy system helps us to capture all the policies in the industry, in the country, and gives every policy a unique identifier. So every policy can be uniquely identified in the country. And why do we need to uniquely identify every policy? So that we can confirm the genuineness of every insurance policy in the country. As we are speaking now, the portal is live, and insurance companies have already uploading policies to it. What we've asked them to do is to upload policies from 2016 to the present one.
The high point of the annual NAICOM seminar is the open forum where journalists are given opportunity to ask questions.
Yeah, in your remarks, I know you talked about insolvent companies that are not buoyant, that companies don't just die, but they are killed. Today, from Goldlink to IEI, to Staco, to Niger, of recent, Standard Alliance, of recent, Unique, you use your hammer. The directors of these companies, are they immune from prosecution? In fact, we want these directors to be prosecuted because I'm aware that all these companies raised money between 2005 and 2007, and they were certified by NAICOM. By 2010-11, usually all these companies were already at the other side. And I'm not aware that Unit Insurance, for instance, when they severed their general business in 2006 and decided to go with life operations alone, the money they raised in 2006, I'm not aware that they even paid any dividend at all to all those who subscribe to their shares. And within how many years, they went down.
Real quick, the few comments or questions I want to make is coming from a place of pain, of anger and frustration. Now, sometimes we gather at forums like this, the commission gives us their strategic plan and all that. But the reality is, for those of us who interface with the insurance company, it's like the commission is not really interested in developing this market. I say that with every sense of responsibility. A company like Niger Insurance, for example, if part of the vision of the commission is to protect the interests of policyholders, a life insurance company where people have saved money, their policies matured, some 2017, 2018, 2019, and this sum assured we're talking about is not in millions. The ones I have, about 5 of them, the sum assured is 200 and something thousand, 300 and something thousand for people who save this money and they are looking forward to it after 5 years. And they tell the company the policy has matured, they surrender this company, and the company is telling them there's no money. My question is, where was NAICOM before Niger Insurance got to the place where they are today? That's number one. Number two, Niger Insurance, as we speak, they still have a managing director. They still have people working there. I don't know to what extent. Are they working there for free? If they are not working for free, and these policy holders, their policies have matured, you are telling somebody who has saved in 5 years 200 and so, you can imagine the financial situation of that person. And the CEO sits down and tells the person there's no cash to pay after 5 years. I think it's the height of unfairness and injustice. Then secondly, I also want to know if the commission is only interested in the corporate business just like operators in this market.
Responding to some of the questions, the commissioner said that distress management is very difficult in the financial sector.
Nobody's going to sit here and tell you that they are satisfied with the level of operation. But I can also tell you that we are doing a bit at this end. I was having a bilateral discussion with one of you, and I said, distress management within the financial services sector is by far more difficult than managing distress in the real sector. If you are a wholesaler of Guinness, you can decide to lock your shop and say you are no longer interested. But it's not the same thing with financial institution. Now, imagine this, if we close down any company now, probably the best we could do is to see how much we can recover to pay what proportion of the liability. But when the company still has the potential of coming back to pay all its liabilities, if you do that, it will be a lot of injustice to the policyholders.
The insurance landscape is changing rapidly to meet the needs of the 21st century customers. It is hoped that the digital transformation of NAICOM will set the ball rolling for the needed change the critical stakeholders are waiting to see in the insurance industry, especially in effective and efficient service delivery.
That's our time on the program this week. Many thanks for being a part of it. To join us again, same time, same station next week for a fresh package. In the meantime, feel free as always to connect with us on all our social media platforms. Don't forget to also keep a date with us on our flagship radio program, Waiting Insurance They Do Serve, on Nigeria FM 102.7, live every Wednesday by 9:45 a.m. My name is Lucy Ube. Until next time, from the entire team, it's goodbye. And please stay safe.